Hello. Hello, my friends. Welcome to this beautiful, beautiful fall day. I picked this little bush with the little red bits to sit in front of because I thought, perfect. We have leaves falling around us. Okay. Glorious day. Glorious day. Oh, my coat. It's 20 degrees at the end of October, and so I could not bear to be inside. So here we are outside. And today, I wanted to talk to you about something that I got kind of excited about. It's a book thing, obviously. Okay, it's a book thing. And I'm sure you can see by the title. I'm sure it'll be very clear what this video is about. But it was a really fun moment for me. And I feel like it made me more excited than about reading. Which, how could I be? I don't know, but I am. Okay, I am. So. Oh, also, please subscribe. I always forget to say at the beginning, and I think that might be helpful. Please do those things. I would appreciate it. Okay. Now here's the good stuff. Here is the exciting bit. All right. So. I recently read the Iliad, as we know, a few months ago. Very exciting. A big task, okay, that I did, and I'm very proud. I worked hard, yada yada. Okay, I did that. Then, often, I read the Old Testament. Okay, and I was reading the Old Testament a little while ago, and I noticed that I was kind of automatically reading it different than I do. I would say normally, I just read straight through. I don't usually underline much. I just kind of read through. Okay, going through. And I noticed myself slowing down. I noticed myself underlining things I noticed. I noticed myself going back and rereading when I got a little lost and confused. And I thought, I don't normally do this. What is going on? What's going on? And what I realized is that the habits that I had been using or employing to read the Iliad were bleeding into my Old Testament reading. And I thought, wow. Reading books that are hard really, it just blessed me in new ways. Okay, And then I was trying to figure out why. I read all the time. I read carefully, I hope, often. And I was trying to think, why did the Iliad reveal this touch of laziness that I had developed with reading the Old Testament? You know, why was I reading the Old Testament differently than I read the rest of my books? And why had a different text not revealed this to me before? And I realized, I think it's a few things. Okay, One, I think that the Iliad and the Old Testament are similar in a lot of ways. They are similar because they have a lot of similar structures. So there's things like a list of family members. Okay, whatever that's called, I forget at the moment. There's a lot of detailed history about something very specific. There's like lists of names, or like descriptions of places, descriptions of armies. There was kind of a lot of overlap of content. And so I think my brain was kind of connecting them a little. Also, I am currently reading the KJV, which in itself is unfamiliar to me. And the way I approached the Iliad, which I knew was unfamiliar to me, okay, I was like, okay, this book is old and it's hard, I think, and it's in verse, and I want to get something out of it. I want to pay attention and know what's going on. So I intentionally read very well. I went slow. I reread things. I read summaries. I underlined things. I made sure I knew what was going on. And I realized that I think I was taking the Old Testament for granted. Or I was thinking I was an expert when I am not. There are so many things in there that every time I read them, it's like I'm reading them for the first time. I'm like, have I ever read this? I surely have. multiple times, but clearly not very well. Okay, so I think because the Iliad and the Old Testament were so similar of a text in many ways, that reading the Iliad well exposed my little laziness in reading the Old Testament. And I'm very grateful to the Iliad for that. I'm very grateful because I want to read the Bible well. And I don't want to be lazy. I want to care. But that's a hard thing to... It would have been hard for me to notice on my own, you know? So I appreciate you, Homer. Thank you for your service. This was just a small example of one of the ways that reading just makes you better, makes me better. And I wanted to share because it was exciting. It was just a very clear example to me of why I put the work in to read hard things. I want to be someone who reads books well in a way that can change you, you know, your heart and your mind. And it's just really cool to see when the books help you do that. You know, it's not just me putting in the work. It's also Homer who's helping me. And that's great. That's great. Especially if you are someone, if you are someone who thinks that reading the Bible is important for whatever reason, but maybe it's the only thing you read, that also seems wild to me. That seems wild to me, because how can you read something well if you only read one book? How can you ever read that book well? And you have nothing to compare it to, you know? Or you never sharpen your skills on anything else. I don't know. I think if you think reading the Bible is important, I think you should also be reading other books. Other hard books, old books, because they're going to help you understand the Bible a lot more. And reading the Iliad just really, really revealed that to me. I knew that. I feel like I knew that. But this is just such a good example of that. All right. That, I think, is it. That is my little thought for the day. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe. Please like. I hope your fall is as glorious as my fall is right now. I'm not even a wee bit cold, and I'm outside in a light jacket at the end of October. Have a lovely day. I will see you soon.